Yo, what's good? Welcome to First Street Podcast. On today's episode of First Street Podcast, it's us. I know I told you that we had Coach Ray Gates. Coach Gates had another obligation that came up that he forgot about on his calendar, so he's going to get back with us. Coach Ray Gates, by the way, is the number 10 ranked team in the nation for high school. So, we're going to continue our Coaching Matters series once we get Coach Gates on. We're going to recap the Commanders and the Steelers. We're going to look forward to the Commanders versus the Eagles on Thursday. Y'all know Lady A has a spotted tee. Al has a foursome. He done slaved over his notes all weekend. And by the way, he was traded. So we're going to figure out how does Al's being traded affect the Commanders. And of course, y'all know Sid going to be here with leaking oil. So I hope y'all ready, man. We got a packed show for y'all. We ready. Let's go.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the first string podcast show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the first string podcast show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, first string is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cast. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he rep GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend. Now for real, like, subscribe, and recommend this to a friend. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the first string podcast show.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. All right, like I said earlier, we got a hot show for y'all today. Sid's coming in hot. Lady A stuck in traffic, but you know what? That guy here that was traded. So let's talk to him right now and see what's going on. What's good, Al? How you feeling?
Man, good evening, good evening. Good to see you all. Good to be here, man, on a good winning Tuesday, man. Feel
Wait.
good to be traded, man. You know,
Wait. Last I checked,
listening. Yes,
the Atlanta Falcons lost.
yes,
The Washington Commanders lost.
absolutely.
The Dallas Cowboys got destroyed.
They did.
Why
Well,
are you happy?
Pittsburgh, I told you I got traded, man. Pittsburgh Steelers won. I told you I got traded, man. My heart is still in Texas, but my body's in Pittsburgh. And we came off a victorious win. You see, I got my black and yellow on, in celebration, man, even though it's little tribe colors, but it's okay, man. It's a good week, man. It was a great week of football. I'm all about tank mode for my Cowboys. We've been looking for draft position. So, like I said, we're just gonna see how far this Steelers train can go, baby.
So you're like us right now.
What's that?
Everybody that plays the Cowboys, you're rooting for them to beat the Cowboys.
No, I ain't gonna go that
Well,
far.
no, you just said tank mode. You just said tank mode. You said
I
tank
know I
mode. Tank
said
mode's
tank
hard.
mode, but I don't know how to do that, man. The losing is not in my mentality. It's really not in my DNA. That I was talking to a group. I'm gonna say something to you. I owe a lot of Redskin Nation, Commander Nation, an apology, man. I've been really hard on y'all for many years. Just this last 10 weeks, I don't know how y'all put up with this type of football because this is like
We
roles have reversed, and I'm just saying, you all have been like diehard fans. I'm sick of.
yeah,
It's just been 10 weeks, and I'm sick of this
we're
product on the field. And y'all put this type of product on the field for like the last 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to apologize for the hard time I've given a lot of Commanders fans over the years. I feel sorry for y'all. Not,
let me
but
tell you something. We're a loyal fan base. Don't
y'all
start that out.
fools.
Don't give
Y'all
backhanded
fools.
compliments. Listen,
It's no
we're a,
compliment. I hate y'all and
we're
everything y'all stand for.
yeah,
I'm a good
exactly.
friend.
Right.
That soliloquy
We
was just for a friend of mine I was
it
having. I
was
was
just
talking to my man Mike Miller earlier, and I started to say that, but I can't. It didn't even feel good saying it. My skin is crawling just saying something good about
yeah.
y'all,
Well, I
and I
know
was
one
feeling
thing.
sorry for y'all.
I know
So
one thing. Y'all about to go through it. You know
yeah, we
what
are.
we went through. Y'all about to go through what we went through. You can't get rid of your owners because the owner's not gonna fire himself.
I know we can. That's the biggest.
He's not gonna fire himself.
I wish
So
we could.
you just
Can we
got
take a vote, or can we do a vote like an election? Throw him out like
no.
they're doing it, man. Something, man.
That's
'Cause he got to go, man. Jerry got to go.
hey. What does it say? What's on that DMX record? That's your man's in them.
That's your man's in there.
That's your
And I
man's in
will
them,
say
man.
real quick, I gotta say this: Bruce Glass is right. I thought he
Yeah.
was a fool when he said the Dolphins win by 7 on Saturday's show. He called it, man. I need to get a DM number for Bruce Glass, man. He put some
Yeah, I
hot ones
got
out
you.
there. They
I
came up
got you.
together.
Look,
I might have put a parlay sponsored by Bruce Glass
speaking of
on my
speaking
ticket.
of parlays, Al, let me tell you how close you was to having a brand new budget to steal, right?
Okay. Talk to me.
So I put in on say it is here. So say it can attest to this too, right? Say it.
Okay.
Oh, come on, say it. Come back in there.
Yeah.
Good evening, Bruce.
I mean,
So I called said I told said I said I put the parlay in,
okay.
right? I put the 4 leg parlay in, anytime touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is what I did. Now
Okay.
Al, give me the ding sound when they
Go
when they hit right, right,
ahead.
right. Here we go.
That's when
First part,
when you walk in the casino, baby.
right, right.
They promote that sound, baby.
So I had Najee Harris,
Okay,
anytime touchdown.
got you.
He scored.
He
Ding,
did. He did.
right? I had Travis Kelsey, anytime touchdown.
Good call, because he hasn't had many this year. Ding, ding,
He
ding.
got in there. Here was the big one that pushed us over the top. Nicholson, Jeremy Nicholson, to
Ding, ding,
score
ding.
anytime touchdown. He
He
got in
did.
there.
That's a
I
hell of
said,
a call.
that's 3,
Yes.
right? Now it was a $30. It was actually a $20 ticket that my man Ron jumped on and
Okay.
pushed it over. He
Did-
he put another 30 in, right?
I got one question for you, real quick.
Yep.
Did you listen to the show on Sunday? I gave y'all a gem. I said
Mm,
he just signed his money. Shoot,
mm.
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead. Finish it.
I know. So my 4th person in this parlay
Yes, sir.
was DeAndre Hopkins.
That's a good call, though. I mean, if he been getting fed, force fed.
But D Hop caught a slant late in the game, nothing but goal line in front of him,
He did
and
not
he
get
got shoestring tackled
in. Did not get
with
in.
a minute and some change left. 1,500 Al gone.
Because Jeremy Nichols was that was the key to that parlay.
Plus,
Because he had to be about plus 300 or plus two something.
Jeremy Nichols was plus 345.
Yeah.
He was plus 345. And then you got the bonus because it was 2 same game parlays with the Commanders playing the Steelers and 2 players from the Chiefs team. So it pushed it so far over the top. $30. So I told Said, and Said cried. He cried for me. He shed a tear.
We need that for the budget. We did need that for the budget.
I think that's all that he was really thinking about was the budget.
Yeah.
He was thinking about the budget. He's like, leaking oil could use that. And Al was thinking he was still on the black card anyway.
We're leaking oil, I thought Exxon picked them up, man. I've been getting calls all day from Exxon Valdez, man. They're leaking oil in a high state. They're trying to take it commercially. So Oh, here goes salt. Here go. Oh, I see some. I see a little salty at the bottom. I see my HR.
HR is in the building. HR was stuck in traffic.
My
HR,
buddy.
HR, when you ready, come on in. HR,
That's
Lady
my
A
buddy right
has
there.
arrived.
Yes, indeed.
Hello.
Good evening.
So, how much is your fine for being late?
Oh,
My fine for being late.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I had stuff to do. That's not
Ooh.
a fine.
No,
How come HR don't never get fined?
HR never gets
I'm just
fined.
saying.
Okay, listen.
It'd be different if I was just,
I see. I see. I like your glasses. Listen, let's get into this Washington Commanders,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh Steelers recap real quick.
yes.
I feel.
Lady A was at the game. What was the effect of the burgundy towels?
Well, I'm just gonna be completely honest. Having a dark burgundy towel to combat a bright yellow towel isn't quite the same.
It didn't work out.
No,
No.
because now that I
Yeah,
think about
so-
it, I watch most
Because
of
when-
it. I don't remember seeing no burgundy towel. Just
And I know
Right,
what
because
that
when you're
was.
swinging the towels, you can't see them.
Right, it almost blends in with the background.
It does
Yeah.
blend in with the background.
It
It,
did.
blends in with
Plus-
what everyone is wearing, and
Plus, you got to
can't
pass
see
out
it.
more than 800 of them too. You got to pass out more than 800.
Dead cheap butts only
I
passed
think
out
it was
800.
more than H.
It
I
had
think
to
it
be
was
more than 800.
It was more than 800. However, my gate ran out really fast. The gate that I came in at, because they were giving them away at the gates. But there were people who were very protective of them, and they weren't giving out multiples. But then you'll go to another gate, and apparently you can get a whole bunch of them.
let's
Okay.
get one.
Well,
So
let's get to the game now. Let's get
You
to the
know.
game. The
Yeah.
Washington Commanders came out a little flat. Their first couple of drives were straight 3-and-outs. The Pittsburgh Steelers came out and
same thing.
they moved the ball a little bit. It wasn't quite 3-and-outs, but they moved the ball. They had more time of possession than the Washington Commanders did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing that I did notice is, and we do say that help is on the way, but the one thing that I did notice from this game is whenever they needed a play, they targeted a certain cornerback
St.
that
Jude.
wears number 25.
St. Jude.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty for your boy.
That's Lady A boy. That's her man. I was her and Forbes. That's your homies.
That's not my homie. If he was my homie, I would have fed him. Okay, he would have picked up weight. You understand me?
Listen,
I did.
so after we got about 8 minutes into the game, Russell Wilson hits George Pickens, Said's favorite guy from where it said.
The guy that Atlanta should have drafted instead of Drake
Lord.
London.
Man,
That's
man,
not-
come on, Sid. That's solid
that's-
great. Man, come on, Sid. That's
Where's
old
he
news,
from,
man.
Said?
University of Georgia. He's from Alabama, but he went to University of Georgia.
Right.
Okay, that's all we cared about, really. Was trying to get that in there. That's it. That's all we really cared about. From the University of Georgia, makes a spectacular twisting body control catch over Benjamin St. Juste to take the early lead. The Commanders respond. Fight back into the game. They start running the ball, passing the ball, drive their way down the field. Oh, wait, no, that's not this. This is the short field touchdown. The first one to Austin Eckler. The 1-yard touchdown plunge, 7-7. We trade blows back and forth. We get to the second quarter. In the second quarter, George Pickens 16-yard pass from Russell Wilson again. Another 7. Who's in coverage, Lady A?
Somebody who can get drugged down the field. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that dude. That dude is he's in there again. But I think this time, this is the one that comes off of Zacchaeus' second bobble. It was a short field touchdown. This one was. Special teams did not play up to par on this day. In fact, they hurt us. 2 fumbles, 1 lost. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't lose all three phases of a game, right?
Right.
Your offense is already struggling to stay on the field, to converting third downs. I gotta give credit to Pittsburgh. Al, Pittsburgh plays that 3-4 defense. It's like they got a patent, a chokehold on it. Nobody plays that 3-4 defense like they do, and they have athletes all over the field,
Yeah.
at every level, right? Come on, Al, give it to me. You lock. You talking, but
Muted. You muted.
Sorry. You all actually kept TJ Watt off of Jaden Daniels. I mean, he had maybe one or two pressures, no tackles. He didn't get to Jaden Daniels to that fourth quarter. Highsmith had a big game. I think Hayward had a big game. What Pittsburgh did is what I kind of told you all. I think they used a lot of their game plans they used for Lamar Jackson. They ran
Yeah, they
up the
did.
field and forced them to the middle, forced them to their big guys in the middle. And that's where you saw a lot of the pressure came, quick pressure in Jaden's face quickly.
Yep.
And those guys, once they got on him, they held on to him quickly. They're used to a mobile quarterback, and that's what I kind of thought wouldn't give Pittsburgh problems. And I think you all played actually played a very good game. I won't
Yeah.
bash y'all to give. Y'all played it. I mean, considering your turnovers but I think one of the problem was when you're playing a good team, the team who makes the most mistakes usually going to lose.
Yep.
And that's kind of what it came down to. I mean, Pittsburgh did have one turnover, an interception by Russ, but they played soundly on all three phases of the ball for the most part. And being familiar with a quarterback similar to Jaden Daniels, I think made them very comfortable in their schemes. And I think, and that's what I kind of thought we would. Well, I kind of gave Pittsburgh the edge, even though you all played. It came down to a very controversial fourth down call, and then when they got the ball back, of course, the rookie made a big, made a brain fart. But that's rookie. I mean, you can't. It was too good of a game to blame it on that. So I don't think that is no telling you the score. But like I said, it was a good game. But it usually comes down to who makes the fewest mistakes, especially when you got two solid teams playing. And I think that was definitely prevalent in that. Evident.
Without a doubt. Lady, hey.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, essentially, we cost the game. It was us. It wasn't, yes, Pittsburgh, I'm not saying that they're not a good team, but we lost because of us. It wasn't just like they beat the brakes off of us. No, we lost.
We had a 10-point lead.
Us. We had some mistakes that were so costly, it didn't make any sense. And in the truth, I still don't understand. Like if a player, like if you have a kickoff, right, and your returner drops the ball, okay, then he drops the ball again. Don't put him back in.
Well,
not in a game like this.
This coaching staff has held players accountable.
In between, so let me say this: there's another play where he's not as a kick return. He's not in the game on special teams, and he missed the ball then too. So if you have a player that seems to be completely and totally off his game, he just cannot get control of the ball when it comes his way, you have to make an adjustment in reference to that. And I do feel like that was an issue, especially when, let's keep it real, they shut us down on our run game because and it was very clear that we were missing B-Rob. Like we were missing B-Rob. Like I was like, oh my goodness, like I've never missed him as much as I missed him in that game because they were shutting us down on our run game. So when you have those situations like that, if you think about it, if the kids didn't drop the ball every time it came his way, those times that he dropped it, that could have been the game.
Yeah, the wide receiver core had a bad day.
A very bad day.
But I think the reason for that bad day was Pittsburgh had a lot to do with that bad day.
No, because if you're
I'm talking about good. Did you put that pressure on him with a good defense?
Not a kick return.
Let me say one thing. You say that, but Pittsburgh also fumbled on the 1 yard line, so that could have sealed the game as well. Which I thought wasn't a fumble because his forward progress had stopped and it was a delay.
What I'm saying to you is, Al, I'm talking about this one particular player. If your kick return, the other team is not that they're not the reason why you did not catch that ball. They're not. There's no coverage. There's nothing. It's you. It's just you, and you have another teammate next to you. If you miss that ball, that is your fault. And
You're
he
Yeah.
did
absolutely
it not once, but he did it twice. And then when he was in the game, and the ball is thrown to him, and you miss it then too. And when he missed it, that wasn't about coverage. He literally just missed the ball.
Well, hold on, Lady
So
A.
I mean, I don't
We also
I don't
can't
like it.
gloss over the fact that we were missing our starting right tackle, Andrew
Yeah,
Wiley, who
yeah,
we always say on this program here, it starts in the trenches, right? Say it starts up front.
hmm
But we didn't have a clue that our offensive line is as beat up as they are.
hmm
We started the third quarter without Tyler Badass under center. We had a backup in there. Tyler came back and he played, but his
right,
ankle's pretty beat up. Um, and we're missing our other left tackle, the two that alternate. So our
right,
offensive line is beat up. So our attitude comes from not only B Rob, but it comes from our front five
yeah.
But you know,
Meaning we
imposing their
can't, we
will
don't have room
on the
for other
defense.
we don't have room for other errors if we're under those circumstances. You know what I mean? If you are missing some key players, it was
Right.
very clear as well that our offensive line was a little beat up. That was clear as well. But when you have that situation, you really don't have a lot of room for errors in other aspects of your game. On defense,
Right.
special teams, you do not have room for errors because you have to take every opportunity that you get. And we beat ourselves on this.
well, and I think that's part of the injuries. You know this, as the old adage says, injuries are part of football,
It's
and
Right.
it's a next
part of the
man's
game.
up and a next man up mentality. Unfortunately for you all, as you're becoming a better team, one of the problems of becoming a better team and not being established as a good team year after year is the depth that you have with the
hmm
reliable backups. And that's probably the hole that you're missing. I feel bad for Z. I mean, like I said, every returner has a bad day some days.
hmm
This just
hmm
happened to be one of his worst days. I
Right.
do appreciate the coaches sticking with him because you're going to need him further down the line in the later weeks or potentially the playoffs to have that confidence if something bad does happen
Right.
to know how to rebound from that. So and I think
Yeah.
that's part of what the coaching staff was trying to do was he's been reliable most of the season. It was a bad day. I'm sure they didn't expect him to drop that second one, which did cost you all. But I mean, like I said, you gotta. This isn't. He's not a. You're gonna need him to have his head in the game and get back in. And this is
hmm
just probably one of those games where he just had a very bad game. Hopefully, he puts it for y'all. He puts it behind him, and it doesn't rear its head again this season. And you can build upon this
Well,
loss because it was an AFC loss, so it didn't really cost you much.
Yeah.
well, it actually did because Philly won versus Dallas. They take a half a game lead in the division. They already had their bye. We haven't had our bye yet. Um,
Right.
so we go from 2 to 6, but we're still 7-3. We got a date with Philly this Thursday.
And
This
another
actually
one after
turned
that.
out to be a really good game. Late in the second quarter, of course, Pittsburgh took the ball first, right? And of course, Washington did a 2-for-1 again. Came out in they got 10 points in the quarter. Come back in the third quarter, score another 7 points. They
Yeah.
go up 10, right? And at this point, you have a 10-point lead, pretty much going into the third quarter.
Right.
And what happened? Russ is taking shots. He's fighting his guts out, but a veteran quarterback with another veteran wide receiver that came in for a player that they kept missing. They kept taking the deep shots with the smaller wide receiver, and they
hmm
kept missing them. Now, I believe he got hurt, and Mike Williams got forced into the game. They said they had a small package for Mike Williams. So of course, Mike Williams is a good jump ball catcher and a go route type dude. Even though his body's starting to fail him, and Aaron Rodgers blamed him for not running down the red line. It looked like he ran down the red line for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
He did.
yeah, he ran down the red line and Russ hit him.
And on a side note with that you're saying, Pick, can we give a shout out to Mike Tomlin? I was listening of a coach who deserves the credit. He's taking everybody else's trash and making it a treasure.
Well,
That's
first
true.
off, after the A whooping that the Jets took in Arizona, can we just say
I told you, say
Aaron
what I
Rodgers
told
is
you.
washed?
I picked Arizona. I really talking about.
On Saturday's show, man said exactly. Will people stop talking about the Jets and tell me how good the Jets are? The Jets are the Cowboys of the NFC. Of the AFC.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Weren't the Jets a favorite?
Yes.
I think didn't I take Arizona too? Said
we'll talk about that later. They said
your picks coming late.
Hold on, let's see later. Yes,
I think I did pick Arizona.
I took
Arizona out to the over.
I'm gonna tell y'all what it is about the Jets. The Jets are too talented. That's a loaded roster.
Pick.
It's
loaded with rubber bullets.
But what do we say? It's coaching that matters, right? It's coaching that matters. You fired the perfect coach. You got a clown at quarterback. So it's your ownership, your coach,
players play,
and then your quarterback that leads the team. And you got a clown playing quarterback that wanted everything his way. He got all of his people in place and is delivering absolutely nothing.
Nothing. But that's not a coach's
one of the best wide receivers. Two of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yeah, maybe the best duo.
Best
outside of Cincinnati.
So you say he washed?
He washed.
Done.
So who did you go for that game?
I picked the damn Jets.
Well, why did you pick him if he's washed?
Aaron Rodgers.
You ain't got to worry about me picking him no more. I can tell you that. I'm gonna tell you why. Last week the Jets. Not Sunday, not this Sunday, but the week before, the Jets played probably their best game ever.
Yep.
Right. And they were still incorporating Adams into the offense. Okay. And if you look back at some of the ways that they scored and the things that they were doing, there's no way the Arizona secondary that has been getting toasted most of the season should have actually. You know what? I'm wrong. You're right. The last 4 games, Arizona secondary has been absolutely lights out.
Okay.
But the other reason why I picked the Jets too is because the running game, they have a 2-headed monster in Breece Hall and your boy Agent Zero at running back. So I figured they would wind up bringing another man down to the box to stop the running game. But I forgot it's the Aaron Rodgers show. And instead of leading with your run, you leading with your pass from a washed-up quarterback that can't hit 2 of the most talented wide receivers in NFL history.
But
I'm gonna just put it out there. You went with the Jets, even though you feel like Aaron was washed.
No.
Do feel like
I'm saying that after this game that Aaron is
okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I feel like Arizona, they're one of those teams that they're not as bad as their record.
They're leading
the West.
Yeah, their record's 5.
But I'm just saying they're not as bad as their record, and I mean that's why they
haven't lost since they played you all, I believe.
You said what?
They haven't lost since they lost you all.
They're not Chicago. So what you saying? They're not Chicago.
But I'm saying right. But I'm saying like they're not really a bad team.
No, they're a very good team with a dynamic quarterback.
But they've been so bad for so long that's probably why people are underestimating them. Maybe I don't know.
See, the thing is, I see Bruce. The thing is about Arizona.
Hold on. If Bruce do this 2 years in a row,
what do you do?
Bruce
he called Texas last year.
He called the Texans winning the division last year.
Wow. Okay.
He's been saying this all season long. Arizona's winning the West.
Yes, he has been saying that. You're right about that.
And right now, Bruce is spot on.
It may come down to that last game between them and San Francisco.
Yep.
In week 18. Was it 18?
Say you was about to say something.
The thing about Arizona is this. They got a capable head coach who knows how to run the defense. And that defense is what making the offense go. They're getting short fields. They're getting fumbles. You know, they're not having to go to full into the field. And they're just telling Kyler Murray, just don't lose the game for us.
Yeah.
He's winning the game for us.
But he's doing his thing. They're calling the QB runs at the most opportune time. Marvin Harrison Jr. is coming along just well.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner's the beast. So they got pieces in place.
They do.
They just make sure the coaching stay on the course they're going You know who Kyler Murray is. Treat Kyler Murray like Kyler Murray. Don't try to pigeonhole him into something else that doesn't work for him.
And he put the Xbox away, said.
Man, he ain't put Call of Duty.
Yeah,
down.
he has not been on Call of Duty. He ain't been on Call of Duty.
He got a new name, man.
He said we winning. We winning. I'm not dealing with that.
I'm letting board, man. They say he's putting the controllers down, baby.
Man, I don't believe that.
Yeah, he did.
I don't believe that.
His clan done broke up. His clan done broke up and everything. See, his clan broke up. See, his clan is gone.
I want a bit more believe that.
Y'all gotta give this man some credit, though. Come on, Sid.
Nah.
Hey, let's get this before I leave. Let's get this Thursday night football game picking. Say it, don't do it to me just yet, man. I know you want to.
Oh, you gotta
please wait till I'm gone.
You gotta put the records
we
out.
We gotta put the scores.
We go to Thursday's game pick. We gotta know.
Oh, y'all been waiting for this.
You gotta keep up this energy.
Oh, wait, Pick, did you not do
the same
well?
minute.
Did you not do well, Pick?
I went 500. I went 500.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I went 500. I went 500.
Recap of week 10. We'll do a quick recap of week 10 to show y'all what this what the deal was with week 10. So we're gonna bring that up. As you can see,
what you said.
As you can see, I have a sparkling record. It could have been much better, but I decided to go with them scrubs, and they let me down. You're supposed to win at home. You're supposed to beat teams you're supposed to beat, and they let me down. And then I don't know what happened to the Rams. I don't know how they no-showed. But hey, it is what it is.
I know how they showed no-show.
As you see, it was me, then Lady A. I pulled one game up on Lady, try to tighten up the noose a little bit on her, Alvin, and then pick at 500. So we click over to the overall lead. Yes.
Ooh, look at that.
Lady A does have a nice little lead there.
Don't worry about it. Keep that same energy. I want y'all to keep that
same
energy.
And then pick, and then Alvin. Don't forget Alvin
got some basketball games to pick. He got some basketball games.
Man, you trying to
is 10 behind you.
I'm 10 behind him, but I'm 16 games out of the run. So don't you worry, man.
But you're 10 behind Pick.
I know.
Lady A, I just want you to keep that same energy, okay?
I'm almost at 100, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You keep pointing out that these 10
I'm
games
almost
behind
at 100.
I'm not far behind you.
You are.
No, I'm less than 10 games behind you. I'm less than 10 games behind you.
You're the same for that one. But yeah.
Well, you got to do better than 500 to catch up.
Well, don't worry about it. I'll keep
that. He ain't giving my games to catch. I need 2 extra games a week.
Yeah, let's start.
16 out of your week 1.
Let's give them 2 extra games.
You almost Saturday. A pass pick anyway, Alvin. So
first off, you disrespect. Let's go with this Thursday night game. Graphics department has been very, very busy the last couple of days, so no graphics. All right, Lady A, you can find them later. Yeah, no graphics.
Yeah, they getting fine. I see Pitt got a new background.
I got the I wrote it down yesterday's line from yesterday. If you want me to go with yesterday's line.
I got today's line right now.
Okay, we'll go ahead with today's line then.
You got the Washington Commanders at +3.5 at -110. Their money line is +162. The Philadelphia Eagles are -3.5 at -110. Their money line is -195. The over/under is 48.5, 110 both ways. 48.5, 110 both ways. Now, the Washington said this is a divisional game. You get 3 for being at home, so they get an extra half a point. Right?
Yep.
Now, Philadelphia, since their bye, has been on a tear. But they've played the same people that the Washington Commanders have played, except for the Dallas Cowboys, who they just pretty much had a scrimmage with on Sunday on the second half of the games.
I'm still on here, y'all. I'm still on here. Y'all know I'm still on here. Right?
We know. We saw it.
We 100% no, we not. We unapologetically.
We know I said we saw it. We know you saw it too.
Nah, I ain't watched that. I couldn't stomach all that. And I was too busy celebrating after my win in Washington.
Oh, your win in Washington, huh?
So listen,
you said you were celebrating, really?
Here's my pick. Said.
We know pick Washington money line. We know this already.
Actually, Al, you're spot on. I think Washington goes up to Philadelphia, comes back with a W to right the ship, I think Jaden Daniels goes up there, just like you guys said. Philly hasn't played Baltimore yet. They haven't seen Lamar Jackson. We don't see that all the time. So I think that Jaden Daniels goes up there, does his thing. I think he's starting to feel better each and every day. So Al, give us your pick.
I don't have it visually here. You said it's Washington plus 3.5.
Plus
Mhm.
3.5.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to do this.
Say it. Say it.
Oh my gosh, I
Say it.
can't
Tell
believe
us.
I'm about this. Dude, I think Philly's going to win, but by a field goal. But I gotta take. What's the over again? What's the over again?
You are
48 and a
such a
half.
hater. I
Give
swear
me
you're
the over. I
such
can't do it. I just can't do
Yeah.
it. Just give
you're
me the
such
over.
a hater.
I can't do it. I
You
can't
Hey,
can
bro,
do
you
it.
never
keep that.
say
You,
anything
I like
about me
Give me
I
the
like
unless
the
over.
fact. I like the
I
fact that Al
can't
can't do
buffalo
it.
the
You
tricks all
stay.
over you.
You
Give
stay
me the
over
over. I
there.
can't do it.
You stay over there, Al. You stay right over there.
Oh, I
Oh
can't do it.
man,
I can't
that's
say
not the
it.
thing,
I
Al.
you
can't
can't
say
ever
either
say
one of it.
anything about me, Al.
I
Ever.
know. I commend you for your hatred, and I understand.
Hey, for y'all that don't know, them two go back and forth in the chat all
Oh my
day
God.
long.
That's my
It
girl
has me
McCarthy.
cracking up. Y'all two have me cracking up
Well,
all day
she
long.
bomb
The
me out for
memes,
liking another team.
the
Call me
memes
all
that go.
types of names.
I'm just saying.
They question my loyalty and told me I'm as a ship jumper and just don't have no. I ain't got no homes. You call me a nomad and everything, y'all. She just talk all types of greasy about me.
Well,
I
you know what?
mean,
I think that I think this is going to actually be a high scoring game.
Let's go, Sid.
I think that Washington's going to be able to put some points up,
Let's go and
and
come
then
away with a W.
Philly's going to have to join, and they're
Mm,
going to have to put some points up. I mean, although Philly defense has been playing very well lately,
yeah.
I think
Nope.
that Jaden Daniels is a problem for a lot of people. So I'm going to go with the plus. I'm going with the over.
Oh, you couldn't do it either. You
I'm
couldn't do
going,
it either, Sid.
I'm going with the over, man.
Come
I
on,
will
lady. Hey,
say
let's
he's
go.
picked Washington before, so
He has. He has.
I just can't do
unlike
it.
some other people.
I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I wanted to take you out with them 3.5, but it couldn't get out my throat, man. Frog was in my throat. I was like, I said over. I couldn't get it.
Come
Couldn't
on,
on
lady.
the
Let's get your pick.
Terrible.
Go ahead, lady. What you got?
Well, I am going with Washington plus the 3.5.
We're gonna give it
And
to
I'm
you.
going to suggest the over. And I was kind of in my feelings because Bruce took exactly what I was going to say as far as the Washington's last road games that they had. They've gone over in the last 8 of their 9 road games. So
See, and Lady
really good
A
point,
and
Bruce.
Bruce is her source.
Now, how about
I
we
knew.
might
I
have
knew
the
it
same
was.
source, and
They
that's called
said,
research.
said, not Siri.
All
Me and
right,
Bruce
I
have
got you.
the same
I
source.
got
It's
you.
research.
Research. Okay.
Okay,
homework.
so we completed. This is the start of week 11. Make sure I write that down so we all
Yeah.
know what's going on with this right here.
Please.
It's the start of week 11. I think this is going to be a good Thursday night game. I really do. I think that Jaden Daniels
Finally.
he presents a problem to every team, and some teams are trying to adjust using the Vic rules to make him throw the ball, which he can do. Like I say, the wide receiver had a bad day this past weekend. He can't throw the ball. He can't hit in the hands of the ball. So, wait a minute. So, with that being said, we're supposed to go around the league and talk about some of the games that we saw this weekend. There actually were some pretty good games.
West. Excellent game.
You got any game you want to take a look at?
Couple games. I mean, they said we can't lose with Detroit, baby. They tried it. He did everything we could. The Detroit game, Houston game. I mean, they tried to. I said I'm gonna keep riding the Detroit train until the buck stops or the train crashes, and it does. Neither one of them have happened. Detroit, look. I mean, they Jared Goff gave him 5 picks, and Houston couldn't score in the second half. You got to give it to him with credit due. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, that was a good
You said
game.
Houston, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Houston. No, we're
Yeah.
talking about Detroit. Say it.
Detroit, Houston.
Okay,
Say it.
but
Say
okay,
it.
I'm gonna
Detroit.
let you go ahead with that.
Detroit. Say it. Say it with me, Daddy A. Detroit.
Detroit
Like
Kitties.
Doctor.
The Detroit Kitties.
Detroit.
The Detroit Kitties.
Okay. Anyway, that was a pretty good. That was a pretty good game. I mean, like I said, they see Bruce Glass, man. I'm trying. See, me and Bruce, man, we're gonna have a problem because he keep taking these little shots in the chat at my Cowboys.
Yeah,
He said you showed up.
He said we didn't show up.
He said you
Oh, I
showed up.
I thought he said, unlike the
So that's
Cowboys,
good for you.
Cowboys, I'm always gonna show up, baby.
Yeah. So
I'm
unlike the
sorry, I apologize, Bruce.
Cowboys, Al showed
apologize.
up. You
I
did
just
better than the Cowboys.
I'm always gonna show up. I mean, but I had to show up because my team won. I'm not gonna keep doing this. With
Your
y'all.
new team? Is that what we're talking about?
I got traded mid-season.
Oh, okay.
At the deadline, we're gonna redo this one more time.
You said
I cleared
you
waivers.
became a trader mid-season. Is that what you said?
I got traded. Remember, I said traded.
Oh, I thought you said traitor. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Anyway, we bypassed that right there. We're gonna start over to another game.
Yeah, we had this conversation on Saturday, didn't we? See, I told you she was gonna start this stuff, man. And you know, I said it's gonna be she was gonna mistake the D for a T. Didn't I tell you that, Sid? I did tell you that. See, I called this one. Her right there.
I was just trying to get clarity. That's all.
I can get clarity.
Anyway, so
what happened to them Atlanta Falcons?
One of mine was man, we're not talking about that. One of mine was the Giants and the Panthers. I called Carolina winning this game.
You did. I did too.
The Giants is a mess. I mean, let's be realistic. They're a mess. They don't know if they're gonna get rid of the head. They don't know if they're not head coach. They don't know if they're gonna get rid of the starting quarterback. Then you gotta wait till the end of the season because they owe too much money.
I got a question for you, Sid. I got a question for you. Or both of you actually.
You know, I need to pull that up and think about it.
Is this the last game we see Daniel Jones starting for the New York Giants?
I mean, that's hard to say, but quite often it's coaching, not necessarily the player. Quite often it is. It kind of depends on the angle that the coaches are going to take because, it's going to come down on them, as far as this season. So it's just a matter of whether or not they're going to put the blame on him.
Let me give you this little caveat. And I'm going to let you answer that question again. They owe Daniel Jones no more guaranteed money on his last contract unless he gets injured, and then they owe him, I think, $25 million.
Yeah, so in that case,
again, does Daniel Jones play again?
So with that said, you can pull him because you're not getting the results that you want, and then you chance him getting hurt. So if they pull him, it's literally a business decision at this point. Not necessarily. I mean, yes, the team is doing bad. So, but it's a money decision as well, and I think that probably will outweigh, the team's record right now. The money decision, especially as you're looking at this team, you're looking forward to see how you can help to rebuild. And of course, when you're looking at rebuilding your team, money is a factor. Because you want to figure out who you can bring in, who you can get rid of, things like that. So if they don't owe him any more guarantee money unless he's injured, you can chance getting him injured by putting him in another game.
That's my point.
Right, it says,
so in that case, then they would probably pull him.
On Spot Track, this is what I'm looking at. We're talking about everybody's contract. It says potential out 2025, 2 years. $82 million.
It's left.
And then it's a 22.2 million dead cap. That's a lot of money That's a lot of money for somebody to eat for someone who is not
Oh,
playing.
they'll eat that. They'll eat that.
He's a beast.
They'll eat that. They'll eat that. But they ain't got to. They'll eat that. They'll eat that 22 million each. That's why they eat it like a
They
Tic Tac.
can't eat that 22 million.
Why
Yeah.
won't it? As opposed to pay Daniel Jones another 40. Why wouldn't you? Cut that bait.
Yeah, 20 and 40, 22, 40.
I eat 22 before I pay him a number 40.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to put yourself on a hook for him, especially if he's injured. That means you're paying him, but you're not playing him. That's the problem.
Well, the injury would kick in. Even if you cut him, you still got to pay him that 25
That's true. But 25 versus 40?
all day long. Where do I sign up for that? Daniel Jones gone, and where do I sign right here? Or
And
right
you
here?
save money.
I'm sorry. It's 41 million in 2025 and 58 million in 2026. That's his cap hit.
That's
if
why
he's
you get
still
rid
a
of
team.
him now. That's
Oh,
why you get rid of
no.
him now.
Yeah.
So, all right, any other games y'all want to go around? Any other games?
I still want to talk about that Atlanta New Orleans game, man. I don't know why somebody don't want to talk about that game. I guess they don't want to
Come
talk
on,
about that
man.
game.
Come on, run it with me.
We-
Young
They
Wei
said-
Koo seems to have a problem kicking
said-
against the Saints.
But we
Let's be real.
said that was going to be a 5-coach jump for the Saints.
But it wasn't coaching. It was the kicker. I mean, I'm being
They
real
lost
with
by 3.
you.
Ow.
He missed in the first game. He
Wayne
missed,
Koo.
he missed 4 field goals. In the
Mm.
second game, the first game he missed 5 field goals. In the
Mm.
second game against the same New Orleans team, he missed 4 field goals. It's like he allergic to the Saints.
But I mean, in truth, if you lose by 3, you know, everybody gonna be looking one direction.
Yeah, because he had opportunities, except for one. Well, I think one was blocked, but he had
Yeah.
opportunities. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He had opportunities to I mean, because I think one of them was 29 yards or something like that he
I could have
missed.
kicked that.
The best game of the week probably was the game on Thursday night, though. And I don't think y'all were here. That
That's
was
true.
the best game. That was the best game. I mean,
That
Lamar
was a good game.
Lamar continues to push his lead for the MVP. Does Lamar win a third MVP? Is he each one of you all's favorite right now?
Nope.
Nope.
But what
Who's your
about the
favorite?
49ers Bucks game? There were some things that I didn't necessarily expect to happen in that game. Matter of fact, I sent y'all something about that. You know, when you got
Oh,
one
you talking
player.
about Debo's outfit?
No, not just his outfit. That was a tragic mess. Real talk, I was surprised that he didn't put bad juju on the whole team with that bad outfit. But
He almost
that's
did.
another conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about him snatching up, you know, somebody who missed 3 field goals.
Man, listen.
Like, is that an issue in the NFL right now? Like, of course, my team, we don't have that problem anymore, but we have had this problem with the kickers missing. Like, that's a
It's
big deal.
unusual that you see that handled in that fashion, because I know a lot of teams, it's been kickers miss field goals, the players don't make plays. I don't like it for this reason. I've seen Debo drop balls.
Yeah.
If somebody got in his face if he dropped the ball, would that be right to do? No. So I think you let that be handled by a higher power or with that guy's position coach or the head coach or whatever it may be. That's not your job is to play, not the coach or not the discipline.
Right.
So I didn't care for that. For that reason, because like I said, this is a guy you're going to need, and you end up needing it in the game to win the game.
Yep. I mean, I do feel that in that aspect, and I'm going to take the HR road for this. That's your peer. If you have an issue with your peer, you should go to the person above you guys, right? So why are you snatching this man up? And nobody snatched you up about your outfit.
And he ain't snatching them linemen up for missing a block. I say he ain't going to run them.
You can't snatch a lineman up.
Thank you. That's my point.
Yeah, I got you.
But it isn't. I do feel like in the NFL, it's like, do we have a lack of kickers right now.
That's a lot of years. That's why it's one of the highest turnover positions almost year to year, and during the season, and why almost every Monday or two every Monday after a game, a team's got a tryout, and a lot of times they got kickers in there kicking. I mean, like
Hmm.
I said, even the ones who got good kickers. You just can't. That's one of those things. It's almost like a. I know y'all don't play golf, but it's like a guy who get the yips in the golf. It can come out of nowhere, and you can't get it off your club. Like sometimes they can't get it off their foot. If you got to kick it with the yips, you better get rid of them fast. Look at look at San Francisco. Once again, they kick it. He just came back too.
Yeah,
He was hurt.
yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like this week, we had our backup kicker, which was really terrifying for me because we've had the bad kicker before. That was just missing everything. So for us to have a really good kicker and then him be out, oh, say its power went out. But for us to have a really good kicker and then to turn around and have a backup kicker, I was like, oh my God, what's going on? This is scary.
Yes.
So I think that is one of those positions where you got you if you find a good kicker, you keep them.
You see, that's our MVP. We got the best kicker in the league. That's the
Well,
only thing
we've
we got to
had
do.
we've had a moment where our new kicker, Cybert, he was our MVP.
Yes.
Like he won a whole game for us. Like he was the
I
only
was
person that scored.
Aubrey is our MVP every game. That's the problem with us. But to go back, to go on something that you can help the audience with too, Lady A. Give us the fan experience from. I keep wanting to say FedEx Stadium, from Northwest Stadium doing that game from the TV. I watched, of course, from the TV. So from the TV, it looked like it was a very exciting game with a lot of Pittsburgh fans in there. I did see that, but they travel well anywhere.
Right.
Could you feel the energy for the entire game as much as it through the in the stadium as much as you felt it through the TV?
Well, I'm gonna say this. This particular season is ramped up. Compared to last season or the season before, this season definitely gives a lot more energy, more positive energy, obviously. This particular game had its ups and downs as far as the fans are concerned, and the only reason why I'm saying ups and downs is because I'm coming from the home team perspective of it.
Right.
There was always someone cheering because there were a lot of Pittsburgh fans. It's like you said, Pittsburgh travels well. When they put out the schedule, as soon as tickets went on sale, Pittsburgh bought up a whole bunch of
There was a big
tickets.
Pittsburgh following, especially in this area too. So
Right. And
that's not
then
how
and
to
then
do
but coming in, I saw bus loads. Like most of the Pittsburgh fans came together.
Yeah.
They rented buses and
Wow.
they came down. I mean, if you know how close, for those who don't know, Pittsburgh is, literally just right up the highway.
Yeah.
So you can just come down. It was a 1 o'clock game, so you could just come down, go to the game, go home.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I did hear as when the game was over, I heard a guy say, "Oh, come on," rushing his wife. He was a Pittsburgh fan. Come on, we need to hurry up so we don't miss the bus. And I was cracking up because they caught the bus down. So there was always someone cheering. It was a lot of back and forth between fans. I went with my dad, and I took my dad, and of course he's talking trash to all the Pittsburgh fans as well. But it was a lot of back and
I
forth.
wonder where you get it from, right?
Whatever, but it wasn't like the Eagles games. It wasn't. So the back and
Well,
forth
the Pittsburgh
was a
fans
little
are a
more
little
respectful.
classier. They're a little classier than Eagles fans.
Exactly, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
You're
But
talking
there was.
about the penthouse to the outhouse. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I got some Eagle fans on here because I can't stand y'all either. But go ahead.
But yeah, it was just it. There were a lot of back and forth. Obviously, you saw the game. There was a time we were up, and then there was a time they were up, and so it was a lot of back and forth. It was pleasant though. And then as far as our fans, we did experience a lot of frustration because our team was messing up. You
But
know,
there's a lot of mistakes made. I mean, that was a
yeah,
big game, and that's what I kind of was going at earlier. It wasn't no too much of a jab at you all. It was that's the difference between a team that's perennially good, like the Pittsburgh has been at least over a couple of years, and a team that's getting better, but
yeah,
still trying to work at sustaining that level of excellence. It's
yeah,
the in the big games when you got two teams that are evenly matched as we had last week, the mistakes are more pronounced, and they mean more. And even like you said, with injuries and backups, you got guys who are ready to play but aren't ready for the moment. And then you see
yeah,
that, like I said, you see that when they get in the game, they come in. Sometimes they come in so excited that they do make a mistake because they
yeah,
haven't been in that position before in a big game, having to make a play, and that's just that's human nature. And as these guys get more experience, I think they'll get better at being able to fill those roles, stepping up, next man up mentality, like I've said before, and you give your backups opportunities to build to make you a better overall team, but you got to suffer the loss in the learning experience.
yeah. But I will say overall, we don't have any moral victories. However, even with the mistakes and even with the injuries, they didn't really play bad. You
Right.
know, Pittsburgh is considered a good team, so we
Yeah.
lost by
Damn.
one. And
Yeah.
as hurtful as a 1 point loss is, for us to be so new, because this is a new team, you
Yeah.
know, this is a new
A
team. We
young
have a
team.
coaching staff, we have a rookie quarterback, we have all these new factors going on that losing by one wasn't as bad as it could have been,
No.
but again, it's still a loss. But you learn from it and you move forward,
I'm a, in you all's defense. It's a loss, but it's kind of like a half a loss. And I say no. I'm saying no, really, because you're in a division fight. It's an AFC loss, which on the tiebreaker scale is so far down. You still got Philly twice, the Dallas twice,
Yeah.
and so you still can technically control your own destiny,
And
and
I
it
I
ain't any
got
tiebreakers.
I got Pittsburgh beating Philly.
Okay, how,
So I
well,
feel like that is a factor too.
how you like
How
the Houston Ravens
do
this year?
our division rivals, how will they fare, you know, with Pittsburgh? And that's a factor as well.
And you
So
and
as long
technically,
as
yeah,
as long as
well,
they lose, I'm good.
and technically, I'm be honest with you, Pittsburgh really should be undefeated right now. I mean, their two losses are against the Cowboys and the Colts.
Right.
I mean, and granted, you got to play everybody on your schedule on any given Sunday, so I get the whole point. But I don't know. I'm still wondering how the Cowboys beat the Steelers
I felt
as
like it was
bad
a
as
fluke
Pittsburgh
incident. I mean,
in Pittsburgh.
honestly, we were all really surprised. Um, but they didn't look like themselves. Like we didn't recognize that team. And that's in truth though. Like if you looked at what they did in that game, they did not look like the normal Pittsburgh Steelers.
But you got to remember too, that game was really weird because you had that hour and a half delay with the storm and the
Yeah,
weather and all those other things. So a lot of guys' schedules was thrown off both ways. Both. Let me say this: in fairness to my boys, we had the same circumstance they had. So
yeah,
I ain't making no excuses. They
hmm
had to deal with it like they had to deal with it. The fact that we dealt with it better, I will not apologize for.
yeah.
But now that the season is like it was a worthless win because now we need to be. I would love to have the number one pick at this point. If we're gonna be bad, be really bad. I don't want to be middle of the road. I've been that before. I lived through the Jason Garrett
Well,
era,
the
going
Giants
8 games.
have shown that they may be worse.
Oh, the
So
Giants are off. The Giants are got
so
off.
you can't. I don't think that you can get the number one pick because even in the division,
Why?
you're trading for the number one pick. Is that what it is?
No, we're not going. We can't trade for anything. We're not trading for it. But shoot, who we have the worst record in the league right now, or not the worst record because technically, um, Tennessee is still the worst team in the league right now. I think Tennessee's the only 2 win because Carolina has 3 wins. The
Yeah.
Giants have 3 wins. If I'm correct, they have 3 wins or they have 2 wins. I gotta look this thing. I don't have it right here in front of me.
I don't know. Let me look.
But other than that, I mean,
The Giants, no, they have 2.
okay, the Giants and Tennessee are only 2-win teams, and they may fix that on Thanksgiving. So I mean, but oh, gosh, this is gonna be a rough year. I just forget. We got to play them bums, and I got a lot of family members who are all.
I mean, but y'all already beat them. Is what I'm saying.
I understand.
So y'all not gonna be at the bottom. I'm sorry.
We can, but we sure can try for it.
Saying he trying to get the number 1 draft pick. I'm like, no.
I gotta think positive, man. We gotta get better quicker. And the only way we're going to do that is get better players in the draft because we can't sign nobody. Our cap is screwed because we signed Dak to the highest guaranteed contract in the history of the league.
You're back? You back on the Cowboys again? You back?
Well, I'll be back. Like I said, I'll tell you, my heart's still there. My body's just is in Pittsburgh. Like I said,
Bruce said Giants got the first pick right now.
I can believe that. Oh, I forgot the Jaguars second. I forgot about how bad the Jaguars are. You're right, Bruce. Yeah, we're top 5. I can say that right now.
Because I'm like, you're not about to get that.
Yeah, it's just a tight.
You're not about to get the first round.
Schedules?
Are y'all?
That's why the Giants are gonna play Daniel. That's why they're not gonna play Daniel Jones right there. The Giants have the first pick right there. They might call pick to play quarterback next week. That's how bad they're gonna do.
Well, I'm gonna see if they assign me for a second. See if they sign me for just a second.
They may.
And then I'll go ahead and get my little money, get my little coins, right? There you go. And we can do like a publicity type of thing and everything.
Okay.
That'd be good, right?
That'd be wonderful. What position you
Bruce
play?
said Cowboys in the 11th spot. Y'all not about to get that.
You're not in 11th spot, Bruce. Stop doing that bad juju. You said that bad juju to my team.
If he's telling the truth, what you gonna be mad for?
11th spot. We got 3 wins. There are not 11 teams with 3 wins or less.
Okay, yeah.
Is it?
Let me look at these scores. Hold on.
It was the AFC.
Let me go to this NFL standings.
You're right. It might be right, man. I can't stand. But by the end of the season, we're not gonna win. We may win 1 or 2 more games top.
There's so many teams that have really good records for them not to have teams that have really bad records.
Yeah, okay. That's true. You got bad.
So the Patriots are 3-7.
That's
the
like
Jets
us.
Are 3-7.
That's like us.
But y'all probably above them.
But we ain't gonna be by the time we're not gonna be by the time the season's over. We ain't winning but 1 or 2 more games.
Look, the Raiders are 2-7. The Browns are 2-7. The Titans are 2-7. The Jaguars are 2-8. Like, yeah, y'all not. No,
We got a top 5. We have a top 5 pick.
You don't want me to say no more?
No, that's enough. I got enough.
Oh, okay. Because I can keep going.
No, point proven. I get the point. I get it. We got work to do with beat this bad. This is like this stinks.
So y'all bad, but y'all better than some of the worst.
All right, so I think it's the team.
Okay, where were we at? So we can finish this.
We're going to 2 times.
We done with the around the NFL. We good to go on that. Yeah. And then
I think you should be up next, Lady
A. Okay, well, let me go ahead. This is real quick.
Uh-oh.
Let me get Lady A up here. As you know, we got Lady A. She gonna come to us. She gonna show us what she got. She gonna show us some of the nuggets she had pulled out today. Some stuff that we didn't know anything about. A little somebody trying to hide in the shadows. She don't find you can't hide, Lady A. She gonna get you up out of that. She already know. That being said, this is Lady A. Lady A's hot tea.
Okay, so I need to get with the graphics department because there's some graphics that we could have for this, especially for this. So y'all know Ray Gunn, right?
Ray Gunn.
I remember Ray Gunn.
I remember Ronald Reagan.
Australian breakdancer. Y'all don't remember the Australian breakdancer for the Olympics?
Oh, now you know that was his name. I do remember him. I do remember her. I do remember her, but I didn't know that was her name.
Well,
No.
she has sadly decided to retire from
Wonderful.
breakdancing. So
Hmm.
shout out to Ray Gun. She brought us some moments.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now. Okay.
Yes,
I
she
got
brought
you.
us some moments
Locked
in
in
her
there.
during her career.
Yeah.
So may she enjoy her retirement. Okay.
She retired?
Yes, she's retired.
Thank God.
You
Thank
know,
God. She
kudos
did.
to her. Also, Caitlin Clark has left the court to go onto the fairway. So Al, I'm sure you appreciate that.
Plays golf now. Yes, I do.
She is in the LPGA Pro Am.
She's a very good golfer. She's a pretty good golfer. I don't know how very good. She's a pretty
That's
good golfer.
good. I did not know that. I'm glad that you shared that because that's not something I would have known.
And they can use all the boost they can get from the eyes, and she brings a lot of eyes to
She
wherever
does.
she goes.
She does. Have you guys heard about that Dallas Cowboys documentary, the series? You guys heard about that?
No,
Cheerleaders?
No. They have a Dallas Cowboys. It was on Netflix. They had a
Huh.
documentary.
no, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, yeah, I hear. Well, they just renewed for season 2, so you might want to check it out.
How about the cheerleaders?
For
Oh,
Dallas
you talking
Cowboys.
about from last year?
How
Who
about
did
the
it last
cheerleaders
year?
this morning?
You talking the one they did last year?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're doing
Oh, yeah.
the second
I thought
season
you
with the
talking. I thought you
cheerleaders.
were talking about one this year. They renewed that garbage.
Yeah, so it's gonna have a season 2.
Yeah, the cheerleaders. I seen it
No,
this
this is
morning.
actually a football
Just
team.
like this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that was a football team. My bad.
See, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about.
What happened?
This is the
Did I say
disrespect.
something wrong?
This is the disrespect.
Mom, hey, I was a little slow to the part of that. Thank you for bringing me in, lady. Thank you for reeling me
He
in.
was
Thank
like,
you
yeah,
for reeling me in.
cheerleaders.
I was a little slow to that part, but thank you for reeling me in. Yeah.
And I fell for it.
Yeah, it's
We
okay.
both did.
Now let me go ahead
All right.
and just pull this up real
Okay.
quick, just
All
to
right.
confirm this last little tidbit. Okay, so the Bears. So the Bears got some things going on. They got Caleb. But apparently Shane Waldron of the
Yeah.
Bears, coach, they've decided to release him.
Offensive coordinator.
Well, I mean, he's a part of the coaching staff, so yes, offensive coordinator. Apparently, they don't feel he was coordinating properly.
They ain't scored in 2 games.
So
You call that coordinating problem? Would you keep a house clean and clean in 2 months?
they don't feel he was coordinating properly. So
Bye.
sorry
why?
to
You might taking so much heat. The head coach taking heat. You know why?
'Cause
You got rid of
he's
Justin Fields for the same reason,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Offense wasn't doing nothing. Now you don't
But
went out and got rid of Justin Fields.
They didn't have this type of
Mhm.
ineptitude with Justin Fields, though, said.
You split that Fields offensive line.
This is the first time their offense hasn't scored a touchdown in over like 4 or 5 years. That ain't got to do with Justin Fields.
You're missing the point. The point
Right.
is this. This is what was happening to Justin Fields.
Right.
He
That's
was
true.
getting sacked at a
The
rapid
purpose.
rate every game.
And now you have to justify what's
Right.
going on. You said you needed a new
Right.
quarterback, and you got one. You got a good quarterback.
Said it starts at the head.
You're
I
right,
think
it does.
They're all going to be gone. The coach,
Yep.
staff, maybe even the GM.
He
But
tried
you
to
know
save
what?
his job.
But quite often, the offensive coordinator is the one that the coach may possibly blame before he ends up getting fired,
Except in
because
New York.
they have
year.
to put the blame somewhere.
Except in
And
New
it's
York.
his first year.
New
He's a
York
new
Jets
offensive coordinator. This is
should
his
have
first
fired.
year.
New York Jets should have fired the offensive coordinator before they fired Saleh. I think this team has lost its soul since they lost Saleh.
So my last little tidbit is that, and a lot of people are saying that they think this is going to happen. Jerry Jones may possibly, this is rumored, to be looking at Dion
Oh,
for his coaching staff, possibly the head coach position.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is right now in the rumor mill. So that's what's going on. A lot of people are, especially the analysts. A lot of the analysts are saying that, yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Of course, the analysts are not always correct.
Yep.
But definitely keep your ear out there for that. There needs to be changes in Dallas. We know that
It does.
they could use a new head coach. They can use a new
Not
owner,
yet.
truthfully.
Yeah.
But that's, nonetheless, definitely keep an eye out for that to see if Dion does make the move to come over to Dallas, his former team.
His famous quote is, "He can't coach. He's not going to coach anybody who makes more money than him," and that would definitely be the case in the NFL. So I doubt Dion is going to take that position, and he has a very good high. He's the number one or number two recruiting class coming into Colorado next year, as of right now on Rivals.com. I doubt he's going to turn that down to go coach Dallas, which is possibly, and I'll be honest with you, which is of all the jobs that's going to be open next year, is middle of the road at best.
Yeah,
As in
and then
regards to
Dallas, their money situation is
that's
not
correct. That's
necessarily
why. Not because of
ideal.
the Cowboys. It's because of their money situation, their
Right,
cap situation. They got a
right,
quarterback whose contract. You understand? Dak's contract hasn't even kicked in yet. He's
right.
$89.3 million against the cap next year.
Yep. And that's right there. That's not ideal for a new incoming head coach. Like
Yep.
that's why when it came to the Commanders, we were in a situation where it was ideal for rebuilding and to get what you wanted. Which was in truth, we weren't like that
No.
for a long period of time. But once it just kind of all fit at the same time. This Dallas situation is not quite the same.
Well, the elephant in the room you're not saying is Jerry. That's why
Yeah,
it's
I
a
mean,
bad
I've
job.
said it many times. You guys need a new owner, and in truth, that's the only way that we were able to be in a perfect storm is because we got a new owner.
But see,
And
the thing, the
it's in
thing
my
is,
best interest for Jerry to stay there, though.
Jerry wants to be able to say, I built this team, I brought these people in, and they won the championship. That's what he wants to be able to say.
But he
And it's
can't
not
right
working.
now.
And it's not working.
No.
And if they bring Dion in, Dion is going to be in a no-win situation.
Yeah.
Why? Because unlike college, they have a salary cap. You just can't sign somebody and decide, you know what? I don't like him. He got to go.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But
He got
also,
to stay here for like 3 years.
Right.
but also,
There's so much
and, yeah. But also, like I said, with Dion as well, if he's done a great job at Colorado, I take nothing away from what he's done from taking it to one of the worst programs in all of Power Five to potentially maybe even get into the college playoffs in 2 years. But anyone knows the biggest thing with college and going to the pros is when you can have a talent disparity, a talent deficit against most of your opponents, it's easier to win. They're not going to be able to have that. He's going to be working a deficiency when it comes to talent when he comes to the Cowboys. Our roster is one of the least talented rosters from top to bottom. We have some definitely standout players, but in regards to total talent, the most talented roster I think in the league right now is maybe the Eagles. Of course,
But they're not coached well.
well, the coaching makes it. That's the problem. That's why the Eagles are where they are.
Right.
That's why I think they could very well lose their game against you all because player wise they're the better players on the field that day, but the coaching will pull that talent level down.
Yeah.
And I think coaching is one of you all strong suits in regards to Dan Quinn because he's getting the most out of a team that's not as talented, but it's performing a lot. It's overachieving, I think, in a lot of ways. If you look at something from a talent standpoint.
Okay.
all right,
Well,
Lady A.
that's it for me.
That's Lady A's tea. All right,
You had
all
a
right.
good tea there. You said you didn't have much for us, but you had a little bit for us. That was
I know it
rather
went
tasty.
longer
That was
because we
rather
were all talking. That's
That was
all.
rather tasty, young lady.
So what we have next? We have a man who's going to bring us the top four players, all stars of the weekend. Al's going to bring us a who's in his foursome for this week. We know Al got some good stuff. We're going to sit here and see him analyze And see, we got some repeat people showing up here. Well, like I said, who's in the foursome?
Well,
What you got, Al?
well, I got a fantastic group here today, man. Um, there definitely are some repeat winners on this team or in this foursome this week, and surprisingly, we have another Carolina Panther in here. So when they win, they find a guy to get on this foursome. So imagine. So the first guy, man. Let's keep it real simple. You know who it is. Thursday night superstar, leading candidate for the MVP. Once again, Lamar Jackson, Action Jackson, 25 of 33. I believe it's 25 of 33. 290 yards, 4 tubs, a 141.4 QBR rating. The guy has 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. I think another 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns. He's repeating MVP season with an even better season, and he was the reason they won that game last week. 21 points in the fourth quarter.
You're a Baltimore fan.
I'm a Lamar fan.
I feel like you're a Baltimore fan.
But I can't not put him on the list. I look for other guys. Next guy, I just spoke him up. Chuba Hubbard. I gave y'all him as an anytime touchdown. 28 carries, 153 yards, and a tub, and led and was the reason Carolina Panthers won in Germany against the New York Midgets. I'm sorry, the New York Giants. The next guy, man, you may not even know who this guy is, but he was so pivotal in Detroit, your team, winning in Houston. Carlton Davis III, 4 total tackles, 2 crucial interceptions.
I'm familiar with him.
Of CJ Stroud, and was very instrumental in the Houston defense shutting them down in the second half and leading that team to a victory after Jared Goff became the first player ever to throw 5 interceptions in a game and still win. I think since the merger. Crazy. And my last guy, we've talked about him briefly earlier. I don't think he's been on this list this year, but after 17 straight completions, being 22 of 24 for 266 yards and 3 tubbies, and with another 21 yards rushing, it's my man Xbox, Kyler Murray. You got to give it to him, man. The team is on fire. They're 4-game winning streak, leading the NFC West. Bruce Glass that called it, I think it was. I mean, very few people saw this team rising from the ashes as they are, but I got to get them. I need all 4 of these guys, man. All my foursome this week. Fantastic week of production and meaningful games, and each one of these guys was the reason their team won. So that's the criteria.
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure, and I can, as long as I can veto it.
I just want to make a recommendation. Sure. How about the official at the game who gave the he called it and he spoke German? Like, come on now, he should be there. Like, maybe he could just sit in the cart while y'all playing.
The official in the Giants game.
Yes, for those who don't know, there was an official in the Giants game who wanted to flex the fact that he can speak German.
Hockley's son.
Yeah, and he spoke German. He was like, okay, and he was trying to tell them first down. And I was like, wait, he's not speaking English? What's going on? Okay.
I would definitely see if I can get a 5th player in this course.
There you go.
Some golf courses will let you play 5. And but we never said referees.
But we've never had a reason to say referees.
But we've had coaches. Y'all didn't try to put coaches on here. Y'all didn't try to put
the referees don't do good. That's why I'm saying he's a referee he went viral for doing something good.
He still made some bad calls. He just made them in German.
So that was a bad call.
That was a bad call. We don't give it some consideration just because of you, Lady A. But I think that's going to be a veto on him being the 5th player on this foursome. I
think he deserves it.
Lamar, Chuba, Carlton, or Kyler want any referees playing their foursome.
he wasn't known for being bad. Not this time.
Okay. All right.
We can highlight when a referee does something good for
We
one.
will. What we'll do is we'll put it under consideration. We'll talk
Okay.
to the committee. Okay. We'll do that.
Put
Okay, we
it
can
put
do
it
that.
up for the next board meeting.
We will do that. Yes.
So with that being said,
Exxon Valdez time.
that was Al and who's in the Foursome All Stars.
There you go.
Now we're gonna move over to our last segment. It's I don't have any props today.
Oh,
The prop bank was closed. The props are closed today, but we're gonna go ahead and start this. Who's leaking oil was said. Brought to you by Baby Oil, no Diddy.
well, you know what? I don't like it. We can't say baby oil no more. Nobody.
The man has ruined a term that we use for the babies.
We can't even mention baby oil no more. Now with a straight face, you can.
Hey, Baby Oil, no Diddy. Okay, look, I'm coming at y'all today with this leaking oil on what we got today. I got a couple special pieces in today that we all have been trying to say over the past couple weeks. We're gonna start with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens game, right?
Okay.
You watched the game, I watched the game. How many times is the ref gonna do this right here?
Uh-oh.
Yes, Sid, you are absolutely right.
How many
Missing calls.
times we gonna get this ref right here?
Missing calls.
And then turn around like I ain't seen that. Nothing to see over here. Nothing to see over here. Okay, don't get me wrong. You know, I like sagging the quarterback, but when you're hitting the quarterback, if you're gonna make the point, if you hit the quarterback in the head, if you hit him anywhere above the shoulder, it's a penalty. Especially when you snatch his helmet and it's sitting, it started on this side,
and
it
then what
ended up
happened?
on this
Where'd it
side.
go?
How about
There's
when
a
you put
referee that's gonna be watching the quarterback.
in
That's
the
what
same
happened to
game?
him.
Same game, Sid. How about when
When
you
he's
pull the
standing-
jersey off the receiver in the end zone?
If he's
That happened
standing
before
up
before
in
he
a
got hit
position
in the
like
face.
this,
I saw with my own eyes at the game this week. That's how they do now.
who else? Wait a minute. I got another one here. Got another here. Jacksonville.
Garbage.
Thankfully, Miami won. Everybody in Florida would have lost this weekend. Light it out, everybody. They should ban all y'all for at least a week for losing. Everybody in the state losing. Everybody.
Well,
It was 1-12.
damn.
Good God.
1-12 in the state of Florida.
All the Florida lost.
All of Florida lost.
That everybody on leaking over.
Tua was the only one. He tried to knock himself out going for a tackle, dropping the head. No answer what he was doing.
What?
Me and Al had the conversation. Saturday about what I thought about Tua. He'll tell you that I couldn't pick either one of these games because I didn't want to see nothing happen to Tua. That was my personal thing. And let's go to the Jets. Jets. Jets.
It should stand for just in the season.
Jets.
That's what the Jets should stand for.
Aaron Rodgers.
Just in the season. That's the Jets. Just in the season. That's what Jets, Jets stand for.
Aaron Rodgers stood up, said, I need this, and guess who's the problem now? Aaron Rodgers.
It was him the whole time.
Missing passes, dropping balls, trip, slip, and fall.
What he did? He slipped.
Some of y'all young people not gonna get there right there. It's gonna take you a minute. Then let it sit there for a second. Let it marinate. Trip, slip, and fall. You know how the old people slide their feet and then they miss around the trip. Their feet barely come off the ground about that much.
Oh my goodness.
Shuffling. Trip, slip, and fall. It come to you in a minute. Get a minute. Get a minute. It come to you in a minute. Now, you might want to turn your camera off for a second there, Al. Anyway, we're gonna jump right on in the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Ooh, child.
You know what? It be so quiet at work now.
Man.
Hey, I got to walk in after, I think about week 2 or 3. That's all I hear. How about them Cowboys? How
Yeah.
about them Cowboys? Come in now, you don't hear nothing.
Nope.
All crickets.
Cricket.
Hey, you watch the football game this weekend, and like 5 people turn around. Oh, my bad. I just, I still watch the game.
They got beat down.
But you know what? At least the defensive player showed up. The defensive end showed up. He showed up to do his thing. How about that?
Micah.
Yeah.
That's it.
How about that? At least he showed up. 1 out of 22 ain't bad.
Mm. Mm.
Some of y'all, that's gonna take some of y'all a minute to get that as well, but it's okay. Like I said, it's gonna be a nice, easy league in order today. I didn't have too much today. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go. Let me do this right quick while I got my league of oil going here. The playoff committee. Oh, I can't even say those words. We lie.
Oh.
The playoff committee got issues.
The college football playoff committee.
We have lost. I'm talking about the University of Georgia, as you can see behind me. We have lost 2 games.
Okay.
We at the University of Georgia has the number 1 toughest schedule in the league. Okay. BYU has played 1 team ranked,
and they're in the top 4.
You see my finger? 1, and that team was ranked number 13. We played Alabama at home, who was ranked.
Yeah.
Ole Miss at home, who was ranked.
Right.
Texas at home, who's in the top 4. Texas at home, who was ranked. And then we still got to play Tennessee to come into the house this weekend.
Yes.
So I guess strength of schedule doesn't matter anymore, and it looks like cupcakes all the way around now. Watch them start scheduling cupcakes and start scheduling a few teams here and there. It's just good schedule a few teams here and there, and then you just go from there.
So where was Georgia Bulldogs in the college football 12?
13.
Oh, so y'all outside.
First team out.
Playoffs.
But you know who played this weekend? The number 7 ranked Tennessee.
If y'all lose, we got done.
They come to play in Georgia. I mean, it doesn't bother me as much that it's 2 losses that we have.
Yeah.
But it bothers me as much as they talk about the strength of schedule was supposed to be a factor.
And it wasn't.
It don't make a difference how we lost. Our strength of schedule is a lot stronger than a lot of teams that's in the top 5.
Yeah.
But hey, I just hope they get in. So if they get in, it's gonna be a bloodbath. With that being said, I am your guy. I am said. I am League and Oil, brought to you by Baby Oil, no Diddy.
Baby Oil, no Diddy, huh?
He probably got the dollar store version too. Not even the Johnson.
Ho, Sid. You hear that? She know where to buy the baby oil from, and she. Let me find out.
I say dollar store. Everybody know they sell baby oil in the dollar store.
Sell baby oil at the dollar store. I don't want no dollar store to buy no baby oil. That's
I didn't say I'll buy it. I'm good on that. No, thank you. I don't need to buy no baby oil, nothing. They clog your pores. It's not good for your skin.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
I got all this skill anyway, so I mean, it is what it is. I don't need to add any more to it. Pause.
Bruce Glass says I should pick the Georgia game as one of my games to get back. What's the spread in that game?
You know what? I don't even know. I had to look it up and see. We'll talk about it offline here in a second. But hey, check this out. Thank everybody for joining us.
Absolutely.
For this show, a recap of some of the weekend games, update on how the Commanders are doing with their rookie quarterback, which is acting pretty well, which is pretty good. We went around the league, talk about some of the stuff we've seen around the league. I don't care what anybody say. I'm worried for Tua. It's just me personally. It is what it is. Nobody else made a world. It just I don't want to be the one to see that.
Exactly.
And Lady A with her tea, Al with his top 4, what he's seen for this weekend, and I'm usually bringing the leaking oil. Only had a few pieces this week. I thought we'd have some more than what I did, but it'll come back around. We'll pump it back up. But thank you all for joining us. Like and subscribe to the show. Bring a friend with you. Tell them to check us out as well. He said they got us by 8. That's what Bruce says right there.
Dogs by 8. Ooh.
Well,
We're gonna talk about that, Bruce. Yeah.
So we'll talk about that.
I like them volunteers, baby. I like them volunteers, baby. We're gonna talk about that. It's how that freshman quarterback gonna do. We're gonna talk about that. Thank you, Bruce. We're gonna catch them. We're gonna catch them top 2. Bruce know how we gonna do it too.
How you gonna catch the top 2 with Bruce and he always picking like us?
But I get to pick these games. Me and Bruce get to pick these games. Y'all get to pick them. Bruce my extra game.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
I got
you're trying to catch up with me.
Lady Source.
That's not my source. Me and Bruce have the same source, and that's research. That's what that's called.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right. With that being said, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see y'all on Saturday.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace 'em up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Because it's time for the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Lace 'em up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, First String is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cast. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he read GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like